You may not realize it, but the U.S. is currently experiencing a quademic of deadly viruses.
The four viruses are three respiratory viruses, and by name, we all know them. RSV, which is respiratory syncytial virus, influenza, and COVID. COVID never really went away. It just decreased in incidence. Last year, it actually killed 50,000 people. The fourth virus that makes up the quademic is a gastrointestinal virus, and it causes diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, and really makes people have chills, and it's not very pleasant. It's called Norovirus. And it is also bad news for people who are elderly, and it takes some lives every single year.
The good news is there are vaccines for the three respiratory viruses, but many people are still confused about who should be getting the COVID vaccine and when.
If you're 6 months of age or older, you need to be vaccinated annually with COVID vaccine, and you need to be vaccinated annually with influenza vaccine. It's very hard to get people to understand the importance of vaccinating youngsters who can be the agents of transmissions of these viruses to grandparents and so on. So everybody needs to be vaccinated to protect all of us. If you are elderly, 65 years of age and older, then you need to get an additional dose of COVID vaccine. So 6 months after you got that dose, you need to get the second dose. And you need to be certain that you got the right COVID vaccine. It's the 2024-2025 variant vaccine.
People suffering from conditions like COPD, congestive heart failure, and diabetes also need the second dose.
The COVID vaccine does actually three things. It stops you from being seriously ill and being hospitalized. It markedly reduces the risk of death. And on top of that, it stops most of the cases of long COVID. And people who recover from COVID have about a 10 to 20% chance of developing long COVID, being fatigued, not being able to think right, not completing their daily activities, all of these things. And actually, that's the biggest complaint I'm seeing now from COVID patients is I just can't think and I can't do my job.
The doctor says flu boosters aren't really helpful, but be sure to get the vaccine annually as it comes with additional health benefits.
Flu vaccine not only protects you against flu, but it also reduces the risk of stroke and heart attack. And a lot of doctors don't tell their patients that.
Get more information at vaccines.gov and foryouandthem.com.